Us Your Tips, weekend preview time. Daggy with you to get stuck into Melbourne and Sydney races. Unfortunately, no Beaver this week. Hopefully, we'll have his thoughts on showusyourtips.net sometime over the afternoon. Melbourne and Sydney racing to look at today. I'm going to kick off at Flemington, where the rail goes out to the 11-metre mark. We're on a winter dead track, listed as a good 4 at the moment. Should all be okay. Some fresh ground for the horses to get through. And we kick off with a 2-year-old 1,420-metre race where one of my best on the card actually comes up here. It is quite short. We've just lost the other leader here in Bella Pietra, but I think it was very impressive getting the job done, albeit getting complete control of the Sandown race. I hope they don't try and be too cute and ride it with cover. And if it goes forward, it'll beat this lot and get the job done well. And go over about $1.60. Looks pretty good to me. So we're going to kick off with that in the first. It's on to bigger and better things. Hopefully even over a mile might be more impressive in the next few starts. 2,000 metres, 3-year-old race is up next. And I like the job Chocolates did last time out, reeling in the runaway Prochester there. I think it can do a better job this. Now it's had the 2,000-metre run chasing that horse. I think it'll beat it convincingly here. Gate 6 should have a lovely blending run. And now hard fit 4th up. It'll win again. Very scared of this Sarge horse at a price coming down Bearings. It's got some okay form around the likes of Hertzville Zagreb. We know how well that can stack up down south, and we also know how well John Sargent goes with these 3-year-old fillies. I think it's a scary alternative at a price. And I look at Vella's Machine, but look, these mile maidens, when they win these, and they get these longer maidens, they're low things, and that was one. But it was all style and very impressive, so fair enough that it's in the market. The third is a quality handicap, 1,100 metre. We see a lot of the horses coming out of the listed race a few weeks back, and I like what Cleo Cat did there. That was pretty good effort there, beating all Barneyards, who's going to go on and win some better races than that one. Worthy favourite, Gate 2, maybe a slight concern, but with the rail out, I don't think so. I think it should get the job done again. Easy like, not anything else I really want to talk about. The fourth is another 3-year-old race here, 1,620 metres on this occasion. And again, we've got a winner from a lead-up coming into another race here, and in the form of Taken, it's going to go forward. Probably sit outside lead, if not take it up like it did last time out. Goes up in weight, but it'll get the job done. This is a nice horse. It's done some nice things. And I'm very interested, as a marker, just to see how Dark Simba stacks up. But it is a So You Think coming off a big wet track win, which was the slight knock on it. And there's not a lot of guts to the rest of its form. I think those horses have the rest of this covered, though. Taken clearly on top for me in the fourth. The fifth, I made the case for Cafe Millennium, at least seeing it first up for the Hayes boys. I've talked about it last week when it was held back. It comes here, gets a bit of a claim for Luke Cartwright, who's riding very well. Unfortunately, we've now got the flashing light price, and it is favourite, but I think it's going to be very hard to beat. It's on top from Red Galaxy, who's a ripper, hasn't put in a bad run. It's the main danger, and a scary horse, because it'll probably have map advantage in the run. The horse that's over the odds, and just one, were more so from an exotic point of view, but it was a complete barrier trial first up for Hard to Cross. It'll improve greatly, and you can get about 40-1. Keep it in your thoughts when throwing together your trifectas and so forth. Up next, we've got the 6, which is the staying race on the card, 2,540 metres. And look, Muktamil did a good job reeling in a race, some race leaders where there was no pace last time out. Beaver and I both were keen on it, got the job done well. It stays down in the weights. We get Craig Newton for Daniel Moore. Okay, that's fine, but we're still getting a price here, $8 or $9. I think it's an easy one to bet again. And the other obvious, to back again, I should say, the other obvious bet here is the leader that goes into a race of no pace, and that's Slane. I know it's up in grade, but it's coming in 53 kilos. It's going to have one job, and that's to go forward. It's $12 when I was doing the form Friday morning, and gets complete control. So I thought at that price you have to have something on it, because the rest of these are absolute walkers. The only other horse I'll mention we get the quaddy I suggest will be Samuel Langhorne, and maybe the lightly raced Dilwali, but nice easy betting options there, backing those two at a price. The 7th is a 1,420 metre benchmark 90. Splashback, nice horse, nice resumption. Another winnable race. This is a black type horse here. It did that pretty easily first up, and this horse has, look, on paper it's supposed to be a slightly stronger race, but I don't think it really is. Main danger is Terra Star. Comes down with some decent Sydney form off an okay resumption there, but they're the only horses actually I'm even going to consider when we get to Quaddie. Splashback should get the job done once again for a very nice stable. 1,620 metres is race 8, the David Burke. And what caught my eye here is the two debutants, or two horses kicking off for the first time for the Bedgegood Yard in the Casino 17 and St Lawrence. Both had trials in the fog, but both were very impressive, bolting those in. Casino 17's got some great Ascot form. At times it stood up over here, so there is always a consideration, but given they're both double figures, St Lawrence $16 at the moment. Casino 17, $16 at Lawrence, 8 or 9. I'm going to back both of them and think this stable can possibly get the best out of them. St Lawrence has done good things both in Sydney and Melbourne through its career. Jimmy the Bear's going great. I respect the fact as favourite and just got beaten by the horse that had the better run last time out. That horse is going places. He's also good, so no knock on it, and it is an absolute live chance. Gate 2 should be a bit closer as well. And a wrap up with an 1,100 metre 3-year-old race here. And the two at the top of the market, I thought, were interesting in that they've wiped out complete legless fields out wide, albeit impressively. But come here, a few of these would have done the same thing had they been sent out to Swan Hill and such. But that being said, I am going to put She's an Artist on top. I liked the way it moved. I liked the way it was very strong through the line. And I think can stack up to at least City form. That said, I'm going to back the two out of the lead-up race, Salsa Fellow and Supercilious. One's $18, one's around $8, open much longer. And that came through the Yulong Horse race, where I went the early crow. What's the name of that? Soft Love race. I think that's much better form than what the other two have done. Borderline black type, if not black type. So at the price there, to me, they're the bets, but I am, for the record, for the sake of the tip, putting She's an Artist on top. I'm very interested to see how that filly stacks up. The Quaddie on Flemington, on a nice winter Flemington card, which I'm a bit excited about. First leg, 7 Diwali, as I mentioned, 10 Muktamil, 12 Samuel Langhorne and 14 Slane. Second leg, 6 Splashback, 11 Terra Star. Third leg, 1 Casino 17, 3 Jimmy the Bear, 4 Dashing, will go forward and he's 20 to 1, having a nice prep. 7 Regal Zeus Ditto, 8 St Lawrence, and 12 Vedad, who just doesn't like getting the job done when I'm on it. And let's come home with 2 Salsa Fellow, 4 Scampy, 6 Supercilious, 9 Fidelio, and 12 She's an Artist. $100 gets about 42% of that. My best is Observer, race 1, number 2, but now it's in quite skinny. Let's look, the top half of this card looks quite good. Chocolates, Cleo Cat, pardon me, and Taken all look nice bets to me. Value is in the staying race, Slane, which is number 14 in race 6, and number 10, Muktamil. Rightio, Sydney, Randwick, where the rail goes out 3 metres on, again, a winter dead track. For an interesting winter card, as I just flick over my notes, there we go. And we kick off, as we tend to do, with a mile midway, benchmark 72 level. And I think that Aeon Provence came back in really nice style out wide at Wyong. I'm kicking myself I missed it, but did that soft there. Has some pretty good midway form in previous preps that will stack up here. Gets an absolute gun run at around the $7 mark. I think it looks a very nice bet here. Callistamon, marked favourite, and he's very short right now because it's going to have to go back and reel these in. Gets Jay Collett, which will help. But I thought the map was against him, just felt a bit short. Obviously, the flashing light run is the reason for the shorter price there. And leading is going to be a good place to be in a race like this. So no knock on Hellfire Express, should you like it. Race 2, 1,200 metres, and it's the highway on the card. Not a strong highway at all. And I'm fairly keen as a result that the two with the stronger highway form are going to stack up here. Shropshire Lad, very good last time out. Its win before that was quite nice. Gate against, so we'll have to reel him in, but only has to find running line. It's going to be in the finish here. At exit fee, I think you look at it on paper and it's one placing from 5 starts at Randwick, but if you drill down, a few of those runs were quite decent. It gets Zach Lloyd. The trials were good. It is D. Williams, not one of mine, but its form would win this highway more often than not if it's at its best. They're both around $5. Back them both. One of them will win. Probably my best and safest betting option on the card. Actually, quietly confident we get the cash there. The third is a 1,300 metre benchmark 72. Brave One's the favourite off 2 outside lead runs, which were good. Kerguelen we'll get to later, but it did a good job there. I was keen had this gone down to Melbourne. It would have run well, but it stays here. My concern is maybe it's a wet tracker, but I'm going to put it on top reluctantly and going to make the main danger. And by the time we get to race time, possibly my best result secure. Leader's back for Nash, who has really got stuck into this horse its last 2 starts and it's won well. Comes here, cozy run, only has to get past, Brave One really, and that has me nervous. So at the price, I might back it each way and try and cover Brave One, but for now, we'll leave him in that order 4 from 5 in the third. Race 4 is an 1,800 metre benchmark 78, and I'm forgiving Seafall's last start where it just took absolutely no part. Now draws gate 1. It's going to be further forward than dead last. Unfortunately, when I looked at the market, everyone else has thought the same thing because it's single figures. I thought we might get a bit of a price for a sneaky one here. But if it bounces back, it can run really well. And largely, I just decided wanted to get rid of the show Shisha Race for better or worse, which left me as Millie DeLune, who's got probably going to have to go back from that gate as well, but going to make it the main danger. Nice win last time out. The fifth is a 1,600 metre benchmark 72, and sounds unusual on top as well. Again, Wallace runner drawn wide, probably goes back or even scratches, but Nash is on it, and it was off a big win where it did go back and round it up a field pretty easily. I think if it sticks here, it'll beat these, so I hope they do run. It's $5. It's on top, and I like it. Main danger, Hopper, who's doing some decent enough stuff. Lightly raced, snowed, and off a slight freshen up. In the market as well, just looking at this, we've got 4 horses all around a $5 mark, but they're the 2 I'll go with. I hope it's here, and I'll be backing Sounds Unusual. The 6 is the 1,800 metre benchmark 88, a race I spent longer than I should have on, without finding a great deal of answers, but look, Zafod is, I'm giving a live chance to, but it's way too short at 320, I thought. Does get a nice run because you can forgive last start where it pulled up with some issues. The bet for me, I thought, was Salt Lake City. Braith Knock, flying, 3rd up in Oz. Last start, hit the line quite well. And I think the 800 metres is shit. I'm saying it's ready to go. So it's on top. Really excited about the price. Should get a cozy run from gate 4. Yeah, going to go with it. A lot of these don't like winning. It hasn't got the full conviction just yet. So Salt Lake City at $14, $15 is a bet. The 1,000 metre race kicks off the quaddie with the form from the lead up looks right. I'm going to stick with Storm the Ramparts from Gidalong. I don't have much more to add. They fought it out last time out. I thought maybe Gidalong showed everything it had in that race. It was heavily backed, which is a good sign, but possibly had every possible there leading. Maybe Nash doesn't leave the rail, as the stewards asked him about. Maybe that makes a difference, but Storm the Ramparts, strong, 2 city wins. It's on top. Gidalong will make it earn it, though. Bit of a tail for me. Through the rest of them, I'll throw Lulu on in the quaddie once we get there. Race 8, 1,400 metre benchmark, 78. Rackinen's here. It's also in the feature, but if it's here, it'll win. 4 wide into Fred Best. Last time out up in Queensland was very good. The win before obviously was strong. I assume it's going to end up in the feature. It's down on the minimum weight. But if it is here, it'll win. I thought Fiddler's Green. Not necessarily tipping it, but I'm going to make it the danger. Should it not be here? Resumed its pet distance, won well, and I like this. Haven't tried to push it out too far just yet. Probably has a job to do from the gate. Would make it the main danger. Forgiving Diamond Lure, but it's pretty soft last time out. Next best. The listed 1400 metre Civic Stakes, I mentioned Rackanen should get a run here with the scratchings, with Warney and a few others going to Queensland. That said, should it turn up here, I'm probably not going to be with it. I'm tipping Headley Grange at top. Just got out late, exploded through the line, was a very nice win, and is probably a better horse than I've been giving it credit for. Just going really well. Stable's flying. Jake Hollard on gate 4. Tick, 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 tick. It's on top from... where was I going next? Look, Quaddy Chances. Walado did really well up in Queensland. Pushes forward from a wide gate here. $18. I know a star can bounce back also from the Queensland trip. They'll both be up there. I'll think about that. We get the Quaddy, Rackanen. Yeah, obviously a live danger, but I just think Headley Grange might have a slight edge on it. The last is a 1200 metre benchmark, 94, and I'm just completely blued up here. First, second, third, and fourth in what will be my numbers are all blue. Razors on top, though. I thought that trial was sensational coming here, and around $12. Let's put it on top. From Kerguelen, I think Dry will suit it better. Did a good job beating Brave One last time out. We get to see that horse earlier in the day. Gets a nice run here. Hopefully finds a sort of 1-1 or two-back running line position. And if it does, it'll be very hard to beat. Contemporary and Peril, both great returns. They're live as well. For a stable that unfortunately hasn't been overly with us for the last few months with issues going on there, but I think they've got this race cornered. My best on the card, I should do a quaddy, but I'll get to that in a second, is the highway, actually. Back the two horses there. 1, Shop See Lad, and 3, Exit Fee. One of them will win. Value Race 6, number 1, Salt Lake City. And my quaddy, we'll get to that now. First leg, 1, Storm the Rampants. 2, Get Along. 3, Lulumon. Second leg, 1, Raikkonen. 3, Woolawin, Big Price. Nice run last time out. We should have won. 6, Diamond Lil. 12, Code and Time Fresh. 13, Fiddler's Green. Third leg, we'll go 1, I Know a Star. 3, Walado. 13, Headley Grange. And 19, Dark Glitter. 21, Rackanen. Come home with the 4 blue colours. 1, Contemporary. 3, Peril. 10, Razors. And down the bottom here, 19, Kerguelen. If you want to just go Kerguelen 1 out, do your best there. Just quickly, Ipswich, the Queensland Carnival's having a bit of a intermission, but a couple of nice races there. Race 1, number 4, Southern Charm, finally gets back to its right race. It's been running well. Race 5, number 11, Castilian, off a dominant win. Race 8, number 2, Warney, flying, gets its chance to win. And in the last, the Gay Waterhouse Classic. The Gay Waterhouse Chain Jangong at number 16, going to be very hard to beat. Quick look around the eastern seaboard of Australia for Show Us Your Tips. Apologies for the lack of my compatriot, but he'll be back next week where we do it all again. Good punting this weekend, guys. Talk soon.